Ladies and gentlemen, Pandiu conocedora de Oye 89.7, estoy muy contento porque hoy nos encontramos con una músico, productora, pianista, filántropa, fundadora de Femme House. Con ustedes, público conocedor del 89.7, LP Giobbi.
Hello.
How are you, LP?
Thank you for that intro.
It's an amazing intro, I know. You deserve it.
I recognize a lot of those words, even though I unfortunately do not speak Spanish, but I knew it. I pretty much followed what you were saying.
Yes, like Femme House, right?
Yes,
You listen it. We're gonna talk about that in a moment, because I want to know to all the people that it's like knowing your music. How do you describe it? How do you get to the music industry? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah. Where to begin? Well, I grew up playing piano. I'm a classically and jazz trained pianist, and I went to school at UC Berkeley for jazz piano performance.
Okay.
And I was playing at this little dive bar one day at a bar, a solo jazz piano gig, and I was approached by an engineer and producer for Daft Punk, who was putting together crazy serendipitous, who's putting together an all-female electronic band in Los Angeles. And I said, I'm not qualified. I don't know anything about electronic music. I barely knew who Daft Punk was.
No, and, don't tell me that.
I know. I had a lot to learn. And so all the other women in the band were jazz musicians as well. So I was drawn to the idea and the concept. So I moved down to LA, and that's where I learned how to produce and sound design. And the first synths that I sound design on were from the Daft Punk Pyramid Tour. They're the Moog Voyagers. So obviously that I immediately was hooked on electronic music, and from there sort of became the producer of the band. And that's where I learned how to use Pro Tools and Ableton, and then eventually started making my own dance music. And that's sort of the short story of where we are now.
Yeah, a simple story, right? So you have these musical roots in the jazz music.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the most difficult kind of music, because you need to have a lot of knowledge, right? To improvise and play gigs and that stuff, right?
Yeah, you have to have a lot of music theory knowledge, but I think that every category of music, every genre has its own difficult part, to learn, like electronic music, the sound design and the oscillators and the waveforms, and that has its own theory in it. So I just try to, when I play live, I improvise on the piano over while I DJ. So I'm trying to sort of like meld those two worlds a little bit.
Okay, there's a notification here. Just hold me a second. What is this? Okay, just hold. Yes, we're right. We are okay. You just realize All in a Dream is like your last single, right?
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about it, because I listened to that single, and immediately, I don't know why, but I think in Deadmau5.
Whoa!
That kind of dark pianos. So I was wondering if that was an influence to you, or.
Oh, wow! I actually haven't heard that one yet, and if you think about his really early stuff, I hear what you're saying. Oh, I love that. I think I remember being really young and just learning about electronic music the first time I saw Deadmau5, and being really blown away actually by his musicality, even though he didn't have any, formal musical training. He's very, very musical. His chords are quite in depth. He's using sevenths, and he's using dominant. Like he's. It sounds like he is a trained like classical or jazz musician. So good. So it's a huge compliment. But the song started in the pandemic, and I think the chords were just like, kind of like, they made me feel there was some longing, like some nostalgia, some sadness, but like joy in the sadness. And so I think that sort of came by being so isolated during that time, and playing around with maybe some darker sounds, but still wanting to like find the joy in that. So yeah.
Enjoying the suffering. It's the name of this chapter, right? The tasty suffering. I think I lost you.
Oh,
Do you still there? Oh
yeah,
no,
I'm back.
everything good. Um, eh, have you ever listened this song called "Raise Your Weapon" from Deadmau5?
No, but I'm gonna write that down. Raise your weapon.
Listen that song, please. Do us a favor to me, because it will remind you to your own song. I think
Wow.
I'm not very sure, but I think it will be an interesting exercise. And talking about interesting exercise, something is going on that I don't understand. I'm also a musician, and sometimes uh, I saw some kind of news like Blackpink concert in the metaverse, and that makes me feel so old. Are you in on all this stuff that it's happening on the social
Dude,
network?
TikTok makes me feel old. So the metaverse is a whole other level. I just saw a really funny meme, and it was like making music in the 1970s, and it was like a pie chart. It was like 10% making music, and the rest sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then it was like next to it was like making music, in the current day, 10% making music, and the rest social media. It's like that is, for me, it's my least favorite part of my job, is having to keep up with all of that. I prefer to just make the music and play the music, but there's a lot of different parts that go into the music industry now.
Of course, it's insane the way the industry has changed with in a very short time. And yes, TikTok, it's now like the new tool for artists to make viral videos, to make this kind of trends. Are you also in this world? Does your label ask you to make all this stuff?
Yes. I mean, I think it can be a wonderful tool. Obviously, I can connect directly with fans. Fans DM me after shows, and they can immediately, connect with me and tell me their thoughts and ask me for track IDs, and I can respond. And I try to respond to all my DMs, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the TikTok is a whole other level that I'm still trying to learn, understand, how the content is consumed. And I think, in some ways it's beautiful and wonderful. In some ways it's kind of hard and unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like a new way to consume music.
Yeah. And it's a new discovery tool. And if you can use it correctly, awesome. I'm still just trying to figure out how to, put a TikTok together.
Yeah, now you told me that you don't speak Spanish, so I'm worried about it. I'm worried about your next visit to Mexico. You need to be prepared, right?
I know. I'm actually in Ibiza right now. And so I'm surrounded by it and trying to learn and trying not to be such a ignorant American. It is quite embarrassing.
No.
And also your English is so good. How is your English so good?
Woo!
I mean, did you learn it in school?
Yeah.
So good.
All my first years on the school, teachers was like the half of the class was in Spanish and the other half of the time was in English. So I need to learn. And
amazing.
very
Yeah.
early in the school, they don't speak Spanish anymore. So everything you want to ask for, they say it in English. So you must learn.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
See, we should have done that. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
but don't worry because I got you, and I'm gonna teach you some moves to your next visit to Mexico. Are you coming soon to our country?
I think I am. I think I'm coming in.
I'm gonna teach you some
Okay. Oh my
words.
gosh. Okay.
Are gonna save you. You're gonna be glad to know this information. First of all, I'm gonna show you the phrase "Me estás dando el avión." Can you repeat that?
Me estás dando el avión.
Yeah, that literally means something like you are giving me the airplane. I know that sounds weird.
You're giving me the
No,
airplane?
You are giving me the airplane. In Spanish, me estás dando el avión. And that's a phrase that we used to say, like, when you are not paying attention, when somebody's talking to you and you are like, you don't give
You're like daydreaming, you're off in the clouds. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I get it.
You're giving the airplane, me estás dando el avión.
Estás dando el avión.
Completamente. Oye, nice, nice. You learn very fast. There is another, this is a tricky one. I don't know how to explain it. Me cargó el payaso.
Me cargo. What was the second one?
Me cargó
Me cargo
el payaso.
el payaso.
Yeah. And that means something like the clown it's scaring me. So something like that. I know that also sounds weird, but me cargó el payaso, it's an expression that we use when, for example, when you drink so much and you have a horrible hangover.
Okay.
Cargó el payaso.
I'm familiar with that.
Me cargó el payaso. Or I think it's a good one for negative situations.
Okay.
Me cargó
Yeah.
el payaso.
That makes sense. How is carrying me? Yeah, like you're just yeah. Okay, I got it.
My boss is mad at me. Me cargó el payaso. My boss is very angry. Me cargó el payaso. And the last one, I need to say it, but you're gonna need to make your pitch higher. You need to say vaya, vaya, Tacubaya.
Vaya, vaya, Tacubaya.
Claps. Almost approved, but there is another thing. You need to say it like vaya, vaya, Tacubaya.
Vaya, vaya, Tacubaya. You're probably having me say the most. You could have me say anything right now and I would just repeat it. So I have to be careful.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's everything okay. There are just expressions in Mexico. You don't have anything to worry about it.
Okay.
For all the people that want to follow your music, you are in every, like in Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff, right?
All the stuff. LP, Giobbi, Giobbi on everything.
Did I pronounce it right? LP Giobbi, because I don't
know.
You
said it, yes.
It sounds like Giobbi. No?
Yeah, I get that a lot, but I just appreciate you saying the G the way you said. A lot of people say Giobbi. It's Giobbi. It's Italian, and you said it perfectly.
Okay.
Giobbi. Like Italians will say like Giobbi, but Americans will say Giobbi. So
Giobbi, right? I feel well about it.
Yeah.
One last thing, you've been performing at Tomorrowland, right? Or I'm a crazy person right now, or I don't have the info right.
No, you're right. I did both. I did 2 weekends. I think there were 3. I did the first and second. The first I played the higher ground stage, Diplo stage, which was amazing. And then the second weekend I actually played main stage, which was obviously quite the experience.
Wow. Yes, I can imagine. And there are some rumors. That there are airplanes that go to the festival full of all the DJs that are gonna play at that venue, and it's like an insane party inside the airplane. Is that true?
I wasn't invited on any of this, so I have no idea. I would guess that there are some private jets there, and that it is maybe to helicopter in and out. It was quite easy. I took a boat to my stage, which was a party, but I wasn't invited on the planes.
Boat? You take a boat to the stage?
To the Diplo stage, the back entrance was you had to get on a boat and get there via, there's water. Yeah, you had to come via a boat, which was really fun.
Wow, what an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I just want to say you congratulations, because I listen to your music and it's really amazing. Le recomiendo a toda la gente que vaya a las redes sociales, LP Giobbi, y los busque. LP,
Gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's been an honor. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
So lovely, DJ. Oh, one last thing. This great project that you have, the Femme House. Can you tell us a little bit
Yes,
about
yes.
it?
Of course. Thank you for asking. Femme House is my nonprofit. It's a 501c3 that teaches women and gender expansive individuals how to produce music. In Ableton is the DAW system we use. We do workshops, online courses. We do stage takeovers at festivals and book all female and non-binary and gender expansive lineups.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's amazing. I think I lost you once again.
Am I back?
Yes, you are back.
Okay, we do a radio show on Sirius XM. We have a lot of fun programming. It's an educational platform, and yeah, anybody. It's online, so you can take it from wherever. We have people from Mexico City, who have taken our courses. So and Brazil and Argentina and all over the world. So anybody can join.
And if we want like more info about it,
yes,
where the people can go to?
Great question. The website is thisisfemhouse.com. FEMMEHOUSE. All of our socials are at This Is Femhouse, and you can find all information there.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna play on my radio program, in my radio show, your music a lot. I promise that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Soon in Mexico.
I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me those expressions. I'm excited to try them out.
Now you're prepared for everything. Everything in the world under control. Giobbi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing musician. Búsquenla en redes sociales. Yo soy Poncho Yesca. Muchas gracias por su atención. Gracias por ser parte de esta entrevista. Gracias a nuestra invitada. Y bueno, continuamos con más a través del 89.7. Está padrísima.